So what's it like year 3 now with Mark Pope?
I'm excited. I'm excited to get out there again during the season and compete with this new group of guys and these new coaches. What we're looking for is chase number 9. So that's been the goal all summer.
A lot of the players have talked about you being able to kind of translate Mark Pope's coaching style and all that. And do you feel like you've been able to do that really well, or how's the familiarity with Pope helped with your teammates?
It's a new area for me, being a vocal leader, but I think the guys are doing a good job of keeping me confident and making sure that I'm staying vocal and giving the right information and just going on from there.
How much do you think it helps your overall development that you have to do that you have to be more of a vocal leader?
I think it's great, especially for me, just being an introverted kid, someone who's super quiet. Just being able to talk to my teammates and voice my opinion and what I see out there is really good for me, and I think it keeps me locked in.
When you went through the draft process, what kind of feedback did you get? And going into this year, is there any particular part of your game that you really are working on that you want to expand?
I think it starts with leading, what we just talked about, and then obviously defense and rebounding. Just making sure that I'm honing in on those 3 specific skills and figuring out ways to get better every day.
How close were you to jumping in the draft and staying in?
I'm here. That's all I got for that one.
What was Pope's final pitch then? What was kind of the final thing that really made you want to follow him and come to Kentucky?
I don't think it was a pitch. I kind of already knew what I had in mind once I had figured out that I wasn't going to stay in the draft anymore. So I think it was a pretty easy choice for me.
Were you at the game last night?
I was.
And what did you think? First off, just overall, seeing the fans that packed a Monday night late game for older players.
Yeah, it was crazy. Just having all those fans there, seeing how much it means to the state of Kentucky, Louisville versus Kentucky. So, it was a great game. It was fun to watch, and everybody was out of their seats the entire game. So, it was a great atmosphere, and I'm excited to get out there and play in front of these Kentucky fans.
Does it make you excited to play in a rivalry like that?
Makes me excited to play in any game, to be honest with you. It's all the same to me. It's no different. So anytime I step on the court, just making sure I'm being a competitor and competing.
What's it been like playing against those guys in practice?
Great. It can't get any better. Having Lamont Butler and Otega Owe guard me every day it's not fun, but I know it's getting me better. So, just grinding every day, making sure that I'm making them better, pushing them also. It's been great summer. So.
What about the La Familia team? How was it going against them in practice?
It was good. Just picking the brains of those older vets, seeing how they see the game, and just getting out there competing. It's always fun to compete against guys that have been here, alumni. So it was a great experience.
Did you watch any of those guys growing up?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Back when I was a kid, I looked up to the Harrison twins. So it was pretty cool being able to be on the court with them and, talk a little trash, play some defense. It was fun.
What do you like about their game that, gravitated you to them growing up?
Just their skill set overall. I know Andrew's super versatile, and he showed that last night a little bit. So it was fun to be able to play against him and compete.
Was there something that stuck with you that they said that you take forward now?
Not necessarily. Just taking whatever it is that they said and applying it, trying to figure out ways to make myself better. That's really it. So.
Being back at the SEC, given how much you've grown since then, your game's improved. Is there a little bit of a chip on your shoulder going into this year?
Yeah, 100%. Like you said, I feel like I have a lot to prove, not only to people in the outside world, but to myself, knowing that I'm coming back to the SEC for a 3rd time. There are a lot of games that I got circled on my calendar, so I'm excited to get out there.
When people ask you about Mark Pope's offense, what do you tell them?
Free-flowing. There's no limits. Coach Pope doesn't put any restrictions on anybody, so and that's exactly how the game of basketball is supposed to be played. A lot of reaction, not so much set. So, it's amazing just playing for a coach like Coach Pope, and also my teammates. Super unselfish, so it's been a great summer. Everybody's getting along, and I think we're gelling really fast.
Were you surprised by that? You guys didn't really know each other beforehand.
Not necessarily. It's an older group of guys, so everybody's bringing different experiences and just figuring out ways to come together and be a real team.
How much of that can be dictated by the players themselves versus how much is coach mandated almost?
To be honest with you, Coach Pope always emphasizes that this is a player-led team. That's something that he had carried over from BYU. That was something that I heard a lot last year, but I think it's super true in the sense of, the players got to hold themselves accountable to the things that they want to get done, and I feel like this group of guys is locked in on that. So it's been fun just being around the older guys, being around a whole bunch of different transfers, hearing different stories, and all chasing the common goal of winning number 9. So.
Basketball life, personal life. I mean, he's really good to just talk with. I mean, like I said earlier, we go through like the same struggles, freshman wise. But yeah, he's super good friend. Super thankful for him.
You mentioned that you've been learning a lot from the older guys. You taught them anything kind of about Kentucky basketball?
I mean, I've tried to as much as I can. I think, they got to experience it a little bit last night, get a small taste of it. But I think when the season comes around, they'll get it full force.
Your jersey number seems to be a significant number to the fans. So what went into picking that?
Of course. I mean, there was one reason. I mean, we have 8 banners hanging up. And the goal is to hang 9, so I just feel like every day I get to put my practice jersey on and get to see that number and get reminded of what we're going for.
As a grown-up fan, do you have memories of when they did win it in 2012?
Vaguely. I was super young, but I mean, I remember the Anthony Davis masterclass. I mean, he was doing everything. I mean, he wasn't scoring, and I remember those stories he would tell. He'll do everything else, and then they just got to put the ball in the hoop. But yeah, I can remember it vaguely.
What were the reactions you saw from some of the teammates last night? Just seeing the crowd, seeing the game.
Yeah, I definitely think that they were in shock a little bit. I mean, that's just like what Kentucky basketball is, and it's on a smaller scale. I feel like whenever it gets to the season, it's going to be like times 100. But yeah, I mean, they're super excited for it. It's super cool. It was a super cool experience last night.
What have you learned about Coach Pope that maybe you didn't know prior to coming here and being around him so much?
I mean, he's showing up every day. He's given us it all, and he's just an exceptional person. I mean, he's good to just sit down and talk to, and he's an incredible basketball mind. But I mean, like I said, incredible person as well.
When you were at South Carolina, Pope got hired. What was going through your mind when all that went down, and kind of how soon did you come into Kentucky formulate?
I mean, it was just I was at South Carolina, and then my recruitment reopened, but and then I had to go through step 1. But yeah, I'm just thankful that everything worked out. It wasn't a straight path, but it was God's plan for me, and I'm happy where I am.
How tough a decision was it to do that?
I mean, there's a lot that went into it, but yeah, I'm just kind of focused on where I am right now, and just trying to get better. Me and my teammates, we're building chemistry and just getting ready for this year.
Your roommate mentioned you need to grow a mustache. Is he like having a razor around the bathroom or anything? You work on one?
I mean, I haven't really followed his footsteps in that, but you never know what could happen. I mean, you never know.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Have you been surprised at all how well everybody has gotten along and the chemistry of this team so early?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like our chemistry's super high and through the roof, and I feel like that's a compliment to our coaches about who we brought in. We're all kind of similar guys, and then getting to hang out off the court is a big deal as well. I mean, we do a lot of stuff off the basketball court, and then that just translates on the court, I feel like.
How much does it help, too, that, you got so many experienced guys who've been through a lot of things before they even got here. How much does that help from a chemistry standpoint?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they know what works and what doesn't work. I mean, they've been through it, and they've seen what's good and what's bad, and they get to do the good. So, yeah, it definitely makes it easier with an experienced group.
You're a true rookie playing with guys who are in their 5th and 6th years. What's that like?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. I mean, they're such good players, and you get to learn so much from them. I mean, they've been through it. They've been in my shoes. So just getting to talk with them, pick their brain, and just hearing what they have to say just means a lot to me.
Are they helpful with you?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
What's the best advice you've received from the more veteran players on the team?
I would say we always talk about, I mean, you'll have your good days, you'll have your bad. Just level head, remain humble, and everything will work out.
What about, you're not starting over, but there's a pecking order, obviously. You got to earn your way.
after playing so well in high school. What's that going to be like all over again?
Yeah, I mean, it's super fun. It's awesome. I mean, it's time to compete again and earn your stripes. So, yeah, I'm super excited for it, and just every day in practice, just competing and getting better.
Does Travis ever talk about the championship game with you?
We've talked about it a few times. I mean, they had an exceptional team. I mean, they obviously had a great player in Travis, and they had a few guys around him that were really good as well. But yeah, I mean, I think we'll talk about that for a long, long time. I mean, that was an awesome game for both of us.
You kind of had to take over at times with your team in the state tournament. It's not quite going to be that way, though, in college ball, is it? How do you see your role with this team?
Yeah, just doing whatever I can to help the team win, no matter what that is. I mean, just trying to be the best teammate I can be and putting our team in the best position to win, no matter if it's cheering the guys on or hitting a big shot. I mean, just doing whatever I can to help us in the best position to win.
How comfortable are you feeling in this offense?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is set up for me. I mean, I think it's set up for everybody. I think that's kind of why that he handpicked these guys and brought them in to play his style of basketball. So yeah, it's awesome. I'm loving it.
What are your first impressions of Pope's coaching style so far, and kind of how do you think you all will play this year? Do you have an idea of that yet?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. I mean, super fast, shoot a lot of threes. I mean, that's the modern game of basketball. He's super brilliant, great basketball mind. So it should be a fun year, especially offensively.
Pope had success here as a player. He's here now first year as a coach. Do you guys feel a little bit of pressure or anything from BBN or all these fans, how big basketball means to this community?
Yeah, I mean, growing up, Kentucky fan, I obviously know how big of a deal it is to wear the Kentucky jersey. And, I mean, we're at the University of Kentucky, and pressure's a privilege. Like, it's amazing to be here, super grateful to be here. So, yeah, I mean, that's why we don't take it for granted. We come in every day and work, and it really is an honor to put on the jersey. So just trying to leave it all and do it for the state.
What is that pressure like?
I mean, it's just, I mean, everybody expects to win at Kentucky. I mean, it's the mecca of college basketball. So anything short of a national championship is a failure. So that's our goal, to hang banners, and that's what we're going to do.
You talked about Pope handpicking the team. Everybody knows you were heading elsewhere, and suddenly you're coming to Kentucky. What was that like for you when you got the call? How did that all play out, and what were your emotions then?
Yeah, I mean, it was super cool to being recruited by my childhood team. I mean, growing up from Kentucky, I think every Kentucky kid wants to come here and play basketball here. So being able to live that out, it's super awesome. I'm super blessed and thankful for it.
So did Pope call you? I mean, how'd that work?
Yeah, I mean, just like all the schools, and whenever your recruitment is going through, I mean, just building relationships, getting to know Coach Pope and the staff, and it was a pretty easy decision.
I mean, as energetic as he is, did it sound like he was about to jump through the phone trying to get you here?
Yeah, I mean, he's super energetic, and he's passionate about what he does, and that's awesome. That's who you want to be around, and yeah, it's just that's why he's super fun to play for.
Videos and why is it Koby out there?
I did see a little of that, and it just goes to show, what kind of fans we have, and they're really invested in us, and they want to know every single little thing. I kind of love that. I'm not gonna lie. I like that our fans are really engaged, and they want to know more about us and the program, because later on we will be representing them and putting on for them. So I'm glad it's like that.
How are you going to manage that going into the season, just knowing that you have an injury history and you want to be at your best and be available? How is that something you're going to navigate going into the season?
I think that's part of why I took the time off now. Just to finally, I haven't really had a true off season in a while, and so to finally recover from that and be able to move forward and not have to worry about that anymore, I just feel like it's a big plus for me and for my teammates as well, because I don't want them to have to be like, oh man, Koby might not play this game, might not practice this day, or any of that. So I wanted to avoid all that, get that out the way, and just continue to move forward.
What were you able to do last summer, I guess, from a basketball standpoint? I mean, you had the wheelchair for a few weeks, and then was it just nothing really? Or?
Yeah, people don't know much about the whole process last year, but so yeah, the first 2 months I was in a wheelchair. I couldn't do nothing. Then the next 2 months I was on a walker and then crutches. And so I literally came back from my first workout 2 weeks before the season. So I only had 2 weeks to really, get some work in and get my body feeling right to a place where I can actually play. And then, you know, once the game started rolling, you know, it kind of gets a little crazy, but I was able to manage it all, and, you know, that's why this summer was extremely important for me.
Does that give you even more confidence, I guess, going into this next season, the fact that you could do what you did last year with such little preparation?
Yeah, most definitely. I'm just super excited to, like I said, you know, have a true, real off season and to finally focus on, you know, not my health, but getting better as a basketball player and as a leader for my team. And that's my biggest motivation, just knowing like I'm able to actually work now. So let's, you know, get to it and, you know, hope for a great year.
As a three-point specialist, how exciting is it? You got bigs looking to pass it out. You're surrounded by other shooters.
Yeah.
Looking forward to playing in this new system.
Oh, most definitely. That was the biggest. That was the biggest draw for me probably coming here. You know, just seeing like how perfect the system is for me. And Coach Pope did a great job of explaining that to me. You know, like where I can, you know, excel in the offense and just excel on his system in general, you know, defensively as well. And, you know, I'm really excited to, not only for me, but, man, we have shooters all over the court, you know, so it's going to be hard for the team to, you know, stop one person because they're going to have to worry about four others at the same time. So,
are there going to be enough shots to go around? I mean, I know
I think
Coach
so.
Figure's talking like 35, but still, like you said, a lot of shooters.
Yeah, I think, you know, part of it is like you got to sacrifice a little bit for the group. But we play so fast that like we can easily get up, you know, so much more shots. And I wouldn't be surprised like if we scored 100 points in a couple of games, you know, just because like we play really, really fast. And that's something that Coach emphasizes every day in practice, you know, like play fast, play fast, play fast. And I think it's good for the group because, you know, the faster we play, the more shots, you know, anybody else can take. So.
You got a taste of the Kentucky-Louisville rivalry last night. Just what were your thoughts on all of that, and does it make you excited for what's in store for the season?
Oh, most definitely. You know, just to be around that kind of environment and see how hectic and passionate our fans are in that rivalry. And, you know, we're competitors, so we want to be a part of that, you know. And we know that anytime, you know, we're playing against competition like that, it's always going to be a good game, and that's what we want to be a part of. So I think me and the rest of the group are super pumped for that.
Did it put into perspective at all how this state feels about basketball?
Yeah. You know, it's like I said earlier, they're just really, really passionate, and rightfully so, you know. Like, I feel like the whole state of Kentucky is, you know, passionate, and as basketball players, we are too, and we're competitors. You know, we want to be a part of that rivalry. We want to be a part of everything that comes with being a, you know, University of Kentucky basketball player, and, like, we're really, really excited for that.
Being a vet on the team, I covered Trent Noah when he was in high school at Harlan County. How have you seen him improve just over the summer?
Oh, man, I feel like he's been great. Trent has been, like, really, really great. Coach talks a lot about how, you know, he could have been to South Carolina and, you know, he had a set spot for him and, you know, he decided to take a tougher route and, you know, come here and understand that, you know, he might not be able to have the same impact that he was going to have at another school. But, you know, he's, like, so willing to learn and listen and do all the right things. And, you know, as somebody that's coming into college for the first time, there's nothing more that you can ask for. You know, you want somebody that's going to come and, like, he's a worker. He listens to not only the coaches but his players. He understands that we have a lot of experience that we can give to him, and I feel like he's doing a great job.
What's the best piece of advice you think you've given him so far?
Probably just be patient. You know, like, I remember being a freshman and wanting everything to come super quick, but that's not the reality for a lot of us. You know, you got to kind of slow things down a little bit and understand you have a lot of time, and, you know, just take it day by day. You know, continue to control what you can control day by day, and just continue to get better.
I'm sure you already answered this, but what was the injury that you had, and kind of where are you at in the recovery process from that?
Yeah, so last summer I got rods in both my tibias. I had grade 3 stress fractures on both of them. And I wanted to play so bad last season that I kind of rushed the process a little bit. And so this summer was kind of more just to, like, focus on, you know, doing the proper rehab and making sure that I was going to be 100% going into this next season.
So is that tough to kind of have to wait, I guess, or how's it mentally for you?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely tough. You know, you never want to go through it, but it's amazing when you have a great group of people around you every single day, you know, that are pushing you to get better and, you know, they're feeding you positivity every single day. Our trainer, he's done a great job with us, with me personally too, and, you know, I'm just super grateful for the influence and the impact that they've had on me throughout this whole process.
When you're going through something like that, is there anything you can do in other ways to kind of improve basketball-wise, physically?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, so physically, for the most part, you know, it's just what you do probably in the training room and, in the weight room, just trying to get stronger in the muscles that are weak and stuff like that. And then off the court, like, a big thing for me was just watching a lot of film, on myself and my game, but also on our system and, where I would fit in that, and just try to give myself the best chance to have a good impact on this system.
You mentioned Pope, his offense and how he rolls things out. That was really what appealed to you. What else kind of appealed to his pitch to come to Kentucky?
I mean, it's the University of Kentucky. I can't stop saying it enough. Like, every time I hear it, it's like I'm hearing it for the first time. It's always been a dream of mine to come here since I was little. Carl Towns played here. He was a Dominican as well, and he wasn't too far from me. He was in Jersey. Devin Booker is my favorite player. So just to be in this environment with so many greats, and every day you walk in here, the first thing we see in our gym is those banners. And like, as a player, that's enough motivation right there. It lets you know all the hard work that was put in this gym and all the hard work that you have to continue to put in.
So what was your reaction when you got the call from Pope that he was interested?
It was a lot. It was really funny because like, I tell this story a lot to just my family. They were just throughout the whole transfer process. They're just like, oh, like, what do you think? A lot of schools are hitting you up, and I'm like, yeah, but there's this one school that hasn't reached out yet, And I was just like waiting patiently every day, like, man, when are they gonna hit me up? But obviously a lot was going on with him just being a new coach, and he finally gave me that call, and it was through FaceTime. And the first thing I saw was a big smile. He was like, man, I need the greatest shooter in America to come to Kentucky. And that was a really funny moment for me. And from that day on, I loved his energy, and it's something I wanted to be a part of.
You had a lot of blue bloods kind of in your group of finalists. Just what was it like getting recruited all over again and kind of in that high-profile setting?
Yeah, it was new to me. It was my first time, being in the transfer portal and, probably being contacted by that many schools. But, it was a fun process. I embraced it. I had fun with it. I try to listen to everybody out. And, it went pretty. I feel like it went great because I ended up here. But, yeah, I think it was good. It was a good experience.
When Coach Pope said the greatest shooter in America, did you blush a little bit? Or did you say, yeah, that's right?
A little bit of both. I was kind of like, okay, he giving me that confidence already, but yeah, that's me.
And it sounds like there's a few guys on this roster that may want a piece of it for that title.
Yeah, we have so many people in the gym working out, and like I'm like, damn, am I really the greatest shooter? Because there's some pretty good shooters here. But, it just pushes you, like, right when you think that, like, you're really good at something, you're seeing the next guy kind of push you more and more, and that's just what you want to be a part of. You want to help others be great, and they're helping you as well. So,
what's your initial reaction to seeing, like, Trent and Travis?
Oh, man, those dudes, they can really put that ball in that hoop. It's just impressive just because, like, man, they're freshmen. Like, I remember being a freshman, and I feel like I always had a pretty good shot, but these dudes can really knock it down. And I think, they're going to shock a lot of people, in the future. They're going to shock a lot of people just because the hard work that they put in is going to pay off.
As shooters, what's the biggest thing they have to learn coming in to the college game about maybe their whole repertoire?
I say probably you just have to learn how to play off your shot a little bit. They're going to get labeled as shooters, and people are going to be closing out to them really hard. So it's like, what are they going to do next? And then the biggest thing for them, I think, would probably be like speeding up their shot a little bit. The college game is like really fast. Defenders are really good, and they're really long. So I feel like they're pretty good at that already. But there's always room for improvement. So.
Obviously, you're more than just a shooter as well. What else do you think you'll be able to bring to this team on both ends of the floor?
Yeah, I think playmaking ability on the offensive floor, just being able to understand how teams are going to guard me and being able to use that against them, not only for myself but for my teammates, whether it's screening for somebody really hard, making sure that they get open because I know my defender's not going to let go of me. And then, defensively, I feel like I'm really underrated. I feel like I'm a great defender, great team defender, and that's something Coach Pope is, like, mentioning to me a lot, like, let's keep showing people that you can actually play defense, and I think it's gonna be shown a lot throughout the year.
This is a real interesting roster that you've become part of. What's it like having, like, guys from every corner of the country, a couple guys from the state, some international guys, and putting that all together?
It's a lot of fun, you know, because as you get to learn all these players, you get to learn a little bit about them too, and so you're learning about different cultures, where they're from, whether it's in this country, different country, like you said. You know, you just kind of pick up little things from each and every individual, and it's really fun. You know, you're learning for yourself, but it's just fun getting to know something new. You know.
Most interesting guy.
Last one.
Huh?
Most interesting guy.
I think I'm gonna have to say Curry. You know, I think the whole BBN knows that by now. You know, he's just a super fun guy, super blunt. Like he's funny, man. He's funny. I hope that y'all get to see more because I think y'all need to.